So if I'm being totally honest, this past week has been one of the toughest weeks of my life. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is still the light and I'm going to be filming a life update recipe video focusing on just what has been going on in my day-to-day life. And I'm going to be filming the recipe for my shepherd's pie that I post all the time. We make it all the time, but everyone is always asking me what the recipe is, so it's just like 2 or 3 recipes that you layer on top of each other basically. So if I'm being totally honest, this past week has been one of the toughest weeks of my life. Actually, that's a blatant lie. Not of my life, one of the toughest weeks since Icarus has been born, because I've been through some way tougher times than that. Anyways, I will explain a whole lot more about what has been going on this week and why it is such a tough week. But first I want to chat about the sponsor of this video, and that is, as always, Complement. So let's chat a little bit about them and then get right into the video. I will meet you down in my kitchen.
Realizing just how important supplements are took a little while for me. Taking Complement's Essential every day helps not only make sure I don't have deficiencies that can lead to long-term chronic health issues, but my hair and skin are the healthiest they've ever been. My energy levels are high during the day and I sleep hard at night. My mood is even and I just overall feel my best. I take a shot of their greens and about 2 ounces of orange juice or apple juice every morning, and this helps balance my gut health for the day. It's a small habit that makes a big impact on how I show up day to day, especially for the sake of my beautiful son. You are probably low on some of these 8 critical vitamins and minerals that they include in their Essential, which could be the cause of so many health issues. If you want to give them a try, you can use my code STELLA10 and the link is down in the description.
Okay, we are officially down in the kitchen. So this is going to be the best angle that I can film at. I don't know where to put this, and I honestly don't have the energy to find a better place to put this right now. I am in my in-laws' kitchen. We live with my in-laws right now. And there is that. So anyways, I'm hoping that I will be able to at least talk as much as what we need to make the mashed potatoes, because they are like the, you know, biggest part of this recipe. Everything else is kind of easy, but I'm hoping that I will be able to talk enough and have enough to say to at least get you the mashed potatoes. So I'm starting out with these yellow potatoes, Yukon potatoes I think they are. I have like 5 of them. I don't know if I need more or not. Should I get one more? I'm gonna get one more. Okay, so I picked a smaller one. So you're gonna start by peeling those. I'm actually gonna put my water on to boil. Okay, so my water is on to boil back there. I'm just gonna start by peeling these. I peeled one so far. I use this peeler most of the time. I just put my finger on the blade by accident. I meant to hold it on the back to be extra careful, and I didn't. I actually put my finger right on the front, so that's really safe. This thing is freaking sharp. You will cut yourself. So I'll show you kind of how I do it. I do like the thumb thing, and then I just peel my way around it. So I mentioned earlier that I was having like a really tough week. Now, the reason that I'm having a really tough week is because about a week ago, maybe a little bit more, I don't even know at this point, about a week ago, Icarus got like a little cold. So he had a cold, like runny nose, little cough, nothing basically. Damon kind of got it. I think I kind of got it. Like I could feel it in my sinuses. I still kind of can, I think. I don't even know. Maybe it's just, oh, it was actually also right around when all that air quality stuff was going on. Yeah, they got sick. We all kind of got a little bit sick, and that was tough. Then, out of nowhere, Damon and Icarus got a stomach bug. What I thought would be a 24-hour stomach bug. Maybe some diarrhea, maybe a few pukes. I'm cool with that, I can handle it. No, it's going on day 5 now, maybe day 6 of Damon throwing up so much and pooping so much that he had to go to the hospital. Icarus pooping a lot, no throw up for Icarus, but pooping a lot and just not okay. I am just mentally exhausted. Maybe I'm physically exhausted. I am so grateful that I didn't catch it. I just am definitely feeling tired. I'm tired. I'm mentally exhausted. I was a little scared at a certain point, thinking, you know, does Damon have sepsis or something? He's okay. Everyone's okay. They're on the mend, which is great. Still not great poops, which is not fun. Sorry for the poop talk. But yeah, that was just depleting, and it makes you just really grateful in general for your health. Like, I'm so grateful that we're generally healthy people, because being sick like that, you're like, oh my God. And Damon was sitting in the ER and he said he saw, you know, some really sick people there, and it just made him sad. It just makes you realize, like, we do have it good and we have good health. I'm just so grateful for that. So nonetheless, we've just been trying to keep up. Today's actually Father's Day and we are just chilling. We are relaxing. We did a little pool time, like tried it, I don't know, not like crazy, just a little bit. And we went to Home Depot. I don't know, they're just kind of trying to like normalize, because today's the first day. It seems like they both feel sort of back to themselves, which is great. So that's where we're at with that. I'm hoping that just this week it gets better and better. We've got some great weather this week, so, you know, I'm just really hopeful that they are 100% on the mend. So on top of that, yesterday we had Ix like 20-month checkup. So he's almost 20 months right now. We have a new doctor. We don't go to the doctors very often, if I'm being honest. Like, he's probably been 5 or 6 times. I don't even know, actually. Maybe 4 times. I don't know. But he doesn't go often. He doesn't go for the regular checkups all the time. I don't know. We were traveling a lot. I take care of my son. Don't, you know, come at me for anything. That's just kind of what we do. I like to go to the doctor sometimes I really don't. But we went to that and it kind of lined up, like he was sick, so the doctor said he looked okay, and she said as long as he's like drinking fluids, which he's nursing like a maniac, still nursing, then that is all good. So that's fun. He's been so much fun lately. I want to show you guys these knives. This is also very dangerous. Like, this is more dangerous than this, honestly. This is the nicest, sharpest set of knives that I've ever gotten in my life. They are the Nakano knives. So they're made in Japan and they're used by like Michelin chefs and stuff like that, but I just got them. I do have a code for them if you want to try them out. It's like you're cutting through air, basically. Granted, the knives that I was using are like really not good quality knives, but I've never actually used a good quality knife, and this thing scares me.
Okay, so something that actually scares me more than anything is how I am like flinging this knife around like a maniac. Why am I holding it? What am I doing? Why am I flinging it like that? It's petrifying.
So yeah, there's that. Yeah, like literally I'm cutting through this like it's absolutely nothing. I mean, like when I tell you I'm barely touching this and it's just sliding right through, I love it. It's amazing. It's like such a game changer. Like nothing. Like I'm applying nearly no pressure. Just great. Really, really love these. Super cool. So Icarus is 20 months. He has been so much fun lately. Like the most fun, I think, like ever. Every day I'm like, this is just so much fun with him. Granted, this past week has been tough because he's been sick and just, oh my goodness gracious, I feel so bad. Like sleeping odd amounts of hours and just like not feeling good, not eating, which freaks me out, but he nurses a ton, so that's okay. And he was eating a little bit, like every day a little bit, but I get it, like you don't want to eat when you're like that. But again, it was scaring me. So I'm gonna take these potatoes here. I have diced them all up. I'm gonna boil them. Let those boil for probably 5, 6, 7-ish minutes. I'm gonna set a timer. Okay, so while that's going, I'm going to show you guys kind of what I'm going to put into this is what I use as the meat substitute. So this is textured vegetable protein, and yeah, it's pretty damn good. All it is soy. So that's it. It's basically, it's like dried soy, and it's just like a crumble. So it's like a meat crumble, but a lot healthier because you can just add your own stuff into it instead of the junk that they put in that frozen kind that you get. So I don't really measure. I don't really measure anything ever anymore. I guess I used to when I first started cooking, but I really don't anymore. But yeah, what I was saying basically is that Icarus is so much fun. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, how much should I make? Not like that much. That's probably like 2 cups. I don't know. Maybe like 2 cups. That might be too much. I don't know what I'm doing. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that I literally post him like every single day, basically doing all of the fun things. I'm always very touch and go, like should I post my son or should I not post my son? We had like an incident that happened at the park. If you saw, again, I'll link like the post. Freaking petrifying. Literally the most petrifying thing that's ever happened to me, probably ever. I don't know if I've ever felt that sick about something. Except the one time I thought I lost Icarus in the yard. That made me really sick. But both times, like just this sick feeling like no mother should ever feel. Anyways, so me and Damon celebrated our 10-year anniversary. I'm just gonna put into this water, of course, you basically cover it with water. You can kind of play it by ear how much water, but I'm gonna put some soy sauce and some liquid smoke in there, maybe a little bit of garlic. You can put vegetable broth. Maybe I'll put some of that vegetable broth that I have over there. I have this Better Than Bouillon like paste. Really great. I get it at Costco. It's huge. It lasts forever. So let me cover this with water first. That's okay. So a little bit of liquid smoke, maybe a teaspoon or so, and then like 2 or 3 tablespoons, maybe 2 tablespoons of the soy sauce, maybe a little less. I really don't know. I literally just pour it. I will put a little bit of garlic in there. Not too much because we don't like a lot of garlic. And then you just put it on the stove and you start to simmer it. You can add a little bit of oil if you want to help, I don't know, give it a little bit more of like a greasy meat type of texture. I am not huge on meats like substitutes, but I do like this. This is pretty good, especially when it's in with the shepherd's pie. Like I'd never just like eat this by the spoonful. I'm also gonna make some gravy. I might just post the recipe for the gravy because I usually make the gravy like right before we serve it, because if not, it gets a little funky. So I don't like to let it sit. Okay, what else do I need to make? Oh, I have to wait for the potatoes to boil, duh. So while I'm waiting for those to finish boiling, stir it up a little bit. One of the big and fun things that I wanted to talk about is that we are building a house. So our house is now at the framing stage. We're just about finishing that up. Probably next week we'll finish that up, and that's probably gonna be this week when I'm posting the video. So you can, check for updates on my Instagram. I post like little updates on there. I wanted to be more hands-on with this, but now that the ball's rolling, because this is like the first step, framing the house. But that has happened like while everyone's been sick. So I've just been so out of it. Like I can't even describe to you how the past like 4 days have been. It's just been me, with poop, basically, is what I feel. I feel like my life is poop at this point. That is so gross. But it's just how I feel. It's a sin. Okay, so we are hoping that we will move into the house by fall. Damon said end of summer. He's very hopeful. I'm very realistic, so I'm gonna say I'm hoping by like his birthday. Definitely by his birthday. Fingers crossed. That's November. Like, it has to happen. Houses go up. These houses that they built back here went up in like 4 months or something like that. So Damon runs a contracting business with his father. They do a lot of groundwork, so they did all the groundwork for the house, and so I'm really grateful that him and his dad are able to do so much and are so knowledgeable on this, because it has made things a lot easier. I cannot thank Damon's dad enough for the effort and the time and the knowledge that he has put into this. That's the 1 minute timer, so they still have a minute. They might not even be done. It's just great. I'm just really excited to finally have our own space. I think I've talked about this before, but we traveled for 5 years straight, basically, in and out. We came home for like a month in between, and we'd like hang out and then leave again. And then even after Icarus, before Icarus was born, we moved out to Lancaster for a while, out to the country. And then we came home for a little bit, but then we left again in the bus for the whole summer for like 6 months. So like, I don't know, just crazy. It's crazy how I have come to realize we've never actually had our own place, ever. Like, in my entire life, I've never owned or even long-term rented a place. The longest we've rented somewhere is like 4 months? Oh wait, maybe when Icarus was born, like 6 months. And that was like a little tiny house out in the country. So very interesting. I am gonna use a little bit of this avocado spray in the TDP right here. Hoping this one is big enough. I think I'm gonna make just like a smaller pan. You know what, I'm gonna go for the big pan, I think. The first layer is always the meat. Then the vegetables and then the mashed potatoes go on top. So I have this really cool like colander-y thing that you just clip onto the side. I actually got it for the bus so that we didn't have to have like a big colander. Amazing. This thing works on everything. So you just like clip it on like that. I'm scaring myself. I'm gonna let those kind of like steam out a little bit. I always let the potatoes steam out a little bit. And then in here, I'm going to do some more soy sauce, not a ton. I don't know. Again, I might add some more salt if it needs it, but the soy sauce, I feel like gives it like a little bit of a richer taste. Tiny little bit of liquid smoke, like barely any. I don't know, I put that shit in everything. And then I always do nutritional yeast, which I will actually do on top. And then I am gonna put a little bit of butter in here, I think, and then I use milk too, just plant milk, whatever we have in the fridge. And a little bit of garlic. And that is literally it, and then I mash it all up. So you can omit the butter if you want. I use just a little bit, and I think it just gives it a little bit of a smoother taste. Again, you do not have, it totally isn't necessary, but for Icarus and Damon and myself, we all do like it, just a little bit. We eat super, super healthy. So like 90% of what we eat is wholesome plant-based foods. So I'm not like a stickler for absolutely no oils or things like that, and we try to stick to like olive oil butter, which is really good. We like this one brand, it's Mayokos. We like that brand, and they use olive oil for the most part. They also do use sunflower oil, I think, in there a little bit. Actually, I checked the ingredients, but I forget. I don't know. So here's my potato masher. It works really well. And I'm just going to dump them in. They're cooked. Hot as fuck. So I'm literally only using like that much butter. I don't think that's a lot. Whatever, I don't know. And then I'm using some of Ick's milk, and then I'll probably use the rest of the other milk that we have has vanilla in it, but you can't honestly taste it that much, so I might just use that, or I'll just end up using, I don't know, we'll see. Just a little garlic, like I said. Let me start mashing and see if I even need any more. They steam a lot, so a lot of that liquid ends up coming out, and what you want to do is just to replace it with something creamy, like milk. Oh, I forgot to add the nutritional yeast. I always add nutritional yeast into there. How much should I add? Probably like 1/4 a cup. I don't know, again. So bad. It doesn't really matter too much, as long as you add a little bit in there. Just to boost the flavors. I clearly like this brand, Anthony's. They're just a good brand, and they sell them on Amazon, so that's quick. Some more milk, so use, yeah, perfect. I think that's good. And they almost look like wet, but they're not. They don't end up wet once you really mash them. You can probably use like your hand mixer or whatever the hell it's called. I don't really use a hand mixer a lot, so it kind of scares me. So, well, this is harder and takes a little bit longer. It works great. They say that Damon and I celebrated our 10-year anniversary. I don't even know if I said that or not, but we did, and Damon was dying because it was the 16th and today is the 18th. Today is Father's Day. Friday or Thursday was our anniversary. Just dying, literally dying. But anyways, yeah, 10 years that we've been together, that we've been dating. We are not married. A lot of people are always concerned about that. Not a lot, but there's like a few people who are always like, why don't you get married? Are you afraid to get married? We have literally done everything together, including a very thoughtful, thought out child. Like we didn't have an oopsie kid. Like he wasn't like a, oh my gosh, whoops, we were pregnant. We really wanted him, thought about him, you know, like some people, it just happens like accidentally. But for us, it was a planned, very planned thing, because we did a lot of traveling beforehand and we were really into that. So I never really, you know, I wanted to be responsible when we decided to have a baby. And can't say I regret being responsible about it, because it has been just beautiful. I think I need a little bit more. But yeah, so 10 years together, and just crazy. I love it. I love him. He's amazing, and he's a great dad. He's so good to me. Last, I want to talk about like our summer plans. So we really don't have much planned because of this house. We have to stay home a lot. There's a lot of decisions that need to be made. We want to be hands-on with it. I want to see it firsthand. So we are not doing any like long-term months of traveling. That would be, again, just irresponsible. So we do have to like stay home for the most part. We've been home this whole time. We took the bus out once for like a weekend trip, which was really nice. Went to an air show. It was so much fun. So I'm just gonna layer everything right now. I'll tell you kind of what I did, but the first, like I said, the first layer is the meat, then goes these vegetables. I just have frozen corn and canned peas. Like I usually use canned for both of them, especially canned peas because they're like really mushy. I like the weird mushy texture they have. It goes really well in this recipe. I think it's because it's what my mom used when she made shepherd's pie. So I just play off of that. But yeah, so generally we are staying home. I hope we can get out in the bus a little bit more, maybe for another trip or two, but I know fall time we definitely want to do some good trips if we can. I know that maybe we will move into the house. I don't think I made enough meat. Probably should have made a little bit more. You're gonna hate me because this is like the worst recipe, least fall, whatever. But yeah, so staying home a lot, just gonna vibe here. Thankful that we have amazing family around. So like we have been hanging with cousins every day, pretty much. I mean, this past week we haven't seen anyone because God, I would absolutely die if any of my family members got whatever the freak we have. I would feel so guilty. Oh my God, just terrible. We see cousins and friends almost every day. Like I plan something nearly every day for us to do that's like with someone else, just so that Icarus gets interaction with the other kids and I get interaction and we have something to do. We love filling our days with just love, and that is family and friends for sure. So that is what we've been doing with that. But our biggie is going to be, so we have a beach house in our family. Damon has one, but we also have one at a more secluded, like down the island at the Jersey Shore. Okay, so I'm gonna add more liquid to this, and then there's gonna be a patch of like not as liquidy. Oh my God, I can't even stand myself right now. We are gonna go to the beach together, me and Icarus, for 2 weeks in July, which is next month, and I'm so excited. We are gonna have so much fun. Again, I told you he is at the most fun age ever. So to be able to take him to the beach is just gonna be amazing. We are gonna just totally have a blast. Me and him just hanging out every day. Again, follow on Instagram because I'm sure I'll be posting a ton of that. I'm just so excited because I've never, he hasn't been like on the beach at the age where he can like play. So like he plays now. And if you have kids, you know, they go through that stage where they're just like there and they want to play, but they can't, and their bodies won't move right, and they get frustrated, and you get frustrated, and you have to carry, and you have to push, and you have to hold, and you have to help. And Icarus is now so independent and so fun. So we are just going to have a blast. I already know it. Like he's just gonna totally have so much fun. I'm really excited. I'm really grateful that I can take him on vacation like that, and be able to just relax and spend time with him. And I'm grateful just for everything. Is it a video if I don't get upset? No, it's not. I always have to cry, right? But yeah, so that was like perfect timing because that's just about all I have to talk about. So this is the shepherd's pie. I have my layers here, and I'm going to pop it in the oven for probably about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, let it brown on top. You can add some shredded cheese. You can add some of your own cheese sauce. I have like that queso cheese that's on my website that's really good on top. And then I will also post the recipe for the gravy. So the gravy, you can also add a layer of gravy underneath this if you want. My mom kind of used to do that. You mix the meat with the gravy sort of. But we usually just serve it on top at this point. And yeah, this will probably last us like 4 days, maybe between all three of us, because we absolutely love it. All right, I'm going to wrap the video up there. I think I updated on most of the things that are going on in my life currently. Basically family-wise, I think I updated you guys on a lot of like personal family, home life stuff. If you have any questions or want to know about anything else that's going on that I might have missed, please leave me a comment. You can always ask me anything in the comments and I'm willing to chat there. If you can, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps me out. What else? I think I'm gonna go pop this in the oven. I might go for a little walk or something to get some fresh air. And then who knows what the day is going to bring us. We're going to see how long Icarus naps for. He was like overly tired right now. I'm getting him back into the swing of things because he's been sleeping so much that he's kind of like off of his schedule. He has a pretty consistent schedule. So I'm hoping to get him back on that. And now I'm blabbering away. I'm going to end this because it's probably long enough to begin with. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you liked this video, and I really hope that I see you in the next one.